Welcome back. This is Football Made in Ghana live on Citi TV. My name is Nathan. I'll make an intro the guest for today. They make repeat appearance. Last week, day today I bring them back to say we go finish the business that we start discuss. Achu Tamaklo from Asase Radio. Achu, how are we? Everything cool?
Everything cool.
All right.
How are things for your side?
Charlie, small.
Nice
small. We did top. The other guest, if he did come and say for join me, I don't know if he did the line top. Ousu Bempa. Ayala, as boys they call him. I should say he go join we as if the internet sorting body out for the Kumasi there. Make we begin plus the Black Galaxies. That be the local national team. These days they say they don't like the name Black Stars B or local Black Stars, so they give them new name. They baptize them when they give them new name. They and Benin play the first leg of them first round qualifier for the 2023 Chan tournament. That tournament will be Algeria. They go play for early next year, where they take on Benin for the Cape Coast Stadium last weekend. So they win 3-0. Make we see how the highlights day. Then I will get Achu in thoughts on that particular. Achu, your thoughts on the game, because before last week we discussed the team, we see the squad, we talk about tactics. Yeah. Your views on that performance, they live up to expectation, or if you say the 3 there, be cool squad, and they for add more 5, 6, 10, whatever. But your opinions on that game?
I think it'll be cool. Given the circumstance, we appreciate what the team put out. If you look at the dynamics of this, be like the first competitive game with this team they put together, and if you look at the chemistry with the exhibits, how then understand them our roles, step in for teammates, who they move out of positions, how then they react to the situations in game. Those be the things we are to look out for, because at this stage, you no go fit expect say the boys go play with a certain chemistry like team weight and day together, then they play so many games for over a long stretch of time. But one of the things, or one of the indicators say to be excited about what the coaches they do be how then they react when the opponent get the ball, how then they react if they make mistake, how then they react to refereeing decisions, and generally the individual output for the pitch top. And that be something it make our excite power, because the performance where we see from some of the players at a point not a shake small, but it be normal. So somebody like Augustin Randolph from Bechem United, Karela, in first season not really go well. Last season be the one season where if it really stay fit way, if he ball way make we see say Charlie, the money they spend on him, no Charlie, it be worth them. So moving on from that success into national team, the dynamics differ, because this being first time in any national team assignments where they get the platform, go there, go play. So the jitters, the nerves, it be normal. That be why I think for the opening 20 minutes or so now, it no really shed out the seat up. For someone like Ibrahim Moro, he they play national team since 2019, right? So for about 3 years now, he they play the under 20, he play the local Black Stars before we change the name. He get even some games for the Black Stars. I think Ghana South Tome, Siki Akuna for the Accra Sports Stadium, the time Siki be Black Stars coach. Imoro he played the left back giveaway. I think that be the game where, sake of COVID, we know if you fly Gideon Mensah, then Barbara Man come. He step in, he do a decent job. And the experience he gathered over the years, he show. Because there were times where he lose some duels, but it never really affect him. He just go about your normal duty, recover in composure, and then went on to do an excellent job for the left back position there. If you look through the midfield, you understand why for certain coaches, even if some players know they form, they go love to have them for the team inside. The job our coach do for the midfield, it be exactly what everybody expects. If something go wrong, it be the guy they tell them, say, calm down, this is see something before. It no be any big deal. It just be the normal ball. Where beyond edging and carrying his teammates along, in terms of when he get the ball, if for sure say he be the leader of the team, he show that goal. And the goal he score, I mean, that third goal it be everything about our coach. he gets supreme confidence in his own ability, that even in the vital area where you have the least amount of time. I mean, if you do the start, you go realize say in the 2 penalty areas, players have the least amount of time in any football match to make a decision or to do whatever they want with the ball. But those be the areas where the best of players, they show you say them be boss, them go relax, you go feel press down, you go feel push, snatch, no matter what. Because they now say once they position them a body well, once the ball control be good, once they be patient, the least that will happen, or the worst that will happen, we say you go foul them. You see that thing? And it taking time. The awareness of the ball to realize and even to anticipate, say, Charlie, the sequence of play, no, the ball will end up for where are they. So make her not move too far away from goal. It'd be something we really impress me. I mean, for younger players where they move into the team, you go see, say, an example be Suraj Saidu. Even though he played really well, there were times where he gets too excited and too ahead of himself, where he don't taking time, make the play develop, get closer to him. Because otherwise you go straight into offside position, or you then make a move where defender read him, they chase you already. So you just the expend or you just the waste energy if you do that kind of thing. But in that sequence, our coach show Suraj and the other players what them for learn for the team. And I also like the fact that what's his name, the former Kotoko guy, Omar Bashir, fantastic playmaker. And what people don't know be say, be fit. So Bashir get malaria like a month before the game. He go take medical reports. The management ask him to make him stay away for a while, treat himself, then come back. So he not train with the team for some weeks until at the last minute where some of them say forget say we ask him to make it stay. So then call him at the last minute to come back. I mean, for players like Omar Bashir, the quality day, he just needs the fitness to step onto the pitch, and he get the smartness to be able to interpret or make sense of what the coach they tell him. So say, even if he no go through all the drills for all of the weeks they wait and stay,
once you give him the instructions,
just tell him what he for go do. And you see, this be where we for take one of mind back to education. Bashir will be product of the Wafa Academy. Now, if you go through the players where Omar Bashir graduates plus, then my debut season for the league inside, then Ashimiru Majid, Mohamed Al-Hassan, captain of Hearts of Oak, then what's his name, Gideon Waja, Kennedy Boateng, that famous 2015
that squad, and that squad be very good.
Crazy squad. So for players where then get that education from Wafa, situations like this, they face them, then be ballers, where then get the education to back the natural talent. So for them, at any point in time, they just need clarity with the instruction. Just make you see, say, this be your job. Then we'll take them. I mean, they may not be able to do it 100% as somebody where he go through the training sessions for the entire week start the team be together.
But
once it be clarity, then go do the job give you. And that's what we see from a halfway to Mabashir. I just hope say then go ease them in the course of this week before the game on Sunday, because technically he still not be fit. But it just be say we realize say the quality we go need that quality. We go here. So as it happened like that before bringing out. And I'll be very happy with the way the team handled themselves on the pitch. The second goal with the ref no take, it go discourage a lot of players. And it be something we for pay attention to, because they make sense. The ref whistle, the nearest player, Suraj then Banya, were never even anywhere within a wave of offside. But the ref whistle for goal, then he changed his mind after offside. The protest. So you wonder, because it not be the assistants too. It be after the protest from the Beninois players. So it confused me as to whether they then see the action better than the ref, or because for a referee, your judgment, it be what you see,
or what your assistant
go tell you. See, your experience, or what your assistants go tell. So if it not be any of these, where it be the opponents, where they protest, where it be them a word, if you convince you, say, if you change your decision, then that one there will be slow. But then really try. From the technical team, the boys themselves, and particularly Prosper Ogum, for all of the things where they go on around, he's been able to take himself out of that situation. And this be an important win for the Bismarck compliments of the Karela guy,
coach,
and then Anoka himself.
Okay, make we go the line talk. Make we catch also Bempa Ayala, but the boys they call him Ayala. It Kumasi Financial FM. Ayala, if you hear me, good afternoon. Welcome to Citi TV.
Good afternoon, Nathan. How are you?
Charlie, Adeku, everything nice. So I say you what? Orlando Pirates jersey, you they rock him like that.
Yeah. You come preparing jersey.
Come preparing jersey. It be so. Charlie, thank you for joining us. I beg your impressions of the Black Galaxies. They beat Benin 3-0 for the Chan qualifier first leg last weekend. This weekend be the second leg. Of course, they for keep the scoreline or improve them, so say they go meet Nigeria. But your impressions from what you watched last week. What be your high points, possibly low points from that performance?
Okay, thank you. Let me start with the low points. Now, you see, it is Benin, for God's sake. It's not any flamboyant country that Ghana should fear. So I'm not going to put a lot of concentration on how well we defended against them. No, Benin can't do anything meaningful against Ghana if you are well prepared and you know what is at stake. So we had a very, very good defensive balance. We did a very, very good job defensively in the game. Now, my only problem was, if you've realized, the first 15, 20 minutes, we were ballowing the ball into the final third. And I was asking myself, we are only having Barnier, Suraj, and Ivan Sosai as our strikers. Why do you balloon the ball? These guys are not top players. They can't win any area duels. So why is Anna Walker standing there and not giving the instructions to put the ball on the ground? Probably it's the normal situation of we are not settled yet. And so we can't find our midfielders to control the game and then find our forwards in a very, very good space so that we can build on the ground where we are very, very good as Ghanaians when it comes to our football. So we settled into the game. Then we started finding the likes of Ivan Sosai, Suraj, and Bani into spaces with their intelligent movement. Then we came into the game. Now, Nathan, it doesn't normally happen that a Ghanaian team plays football and score 3 goals, and 2 of them are from set pieces. We scored from a penalty, we scored from a corner kick. Then we score an only open play goal with our 3rd goal with Glass Nawako. And that should tell you how well the day went for us as a team. I think I agree with Tachu. It was a very, very good exercise. We dominated the game individually and personally. The players came out, those who are supposed to dominate the ball, dominate with their personality. We saw all that. The substitutions from Anna Walker and his bench was also spot on. Everyone did his job very, very well. And at the end of the day, everyone was happy for what we are able to do. I think the reverse fixture will be just mere formality. Our biggest opponent will be the next round against Nigeria, and that is where we must have our sights. But I think so far, they've done a very, very good job.
All right, Ayala, thank you. Just hold on for me. We'll come back. We'll go talk Kotoko, but just hold on. Make I take concluding thoughts from Achu on this. Actually, Ayala, they make some points at the start of the game. Then you make that point. Then you know really settle the boys. They
the first 20 minutes.
Then they play the ball, put some place. The boys, they go play in Benin. This be experience probably, if you take this thing put together, I'm not sure say they ever experience playing on the road. Maybe Barnier play CAF Champions League 1 or 2 games. Collectively as a unit, they never tried this before. What could be the biggest problem as they go into that second leg? You have 3-goal lead, and you know say sometimes some of these West African teams at home, they go be very tricky. What make they do? So say they go handle that second leg easy and then prep for the big one against Nigeria later.
Look, I always say, since I started watch football, I never see Ghanaian team with them be designed, educated to protect a scoreline or to defend. I don't know if you know of any. You know they happen. When our teams no be teams where them build with underdog mentality. Look, even the days where now we get 4 slots on the continent, where 2 they play in the Confederation Cup,
2 they play
then the Cup Winners' Cup those days. Never you go see say Liberty or Olympics or King Faisal or Ashanti Gold or any of them, they play game way, then they defend for 90 minutes. It go happen when the team overwhelm them. But not be say it be them a default tactic. Say this ball they can't play no. We just can't sit say they can't defend from minute 1 to minute 90. You know they happen. And that be because Ghanaian players in terms of profile, skill sets, then the orientation we give them through them formative years, it be said them for be expressive, them for be dominant on the ball.
They for play.
Them for play. Them for shows that they know the gameplay. And that be the thing. And it be the reason why when they mature, it'd be very difficult to get them to unlearn all of that, then set up to defend. It no go work. And it be the same mentality I always advise on our teams, irrespective of the scoreline, you they take into the reverse fixture. Put your best foot forward. And you see, the Nigerian game, and I will talk the Nigerian game because I expect it will qualify from this. Whatever we go experience in Benin, we are going to experience worse of that for Nigeria. So be important, say, with the test, whatever we feel, say, if we qualify, we go do for Nigeria with this game. Right? What we see in that first 20 minutes where the team looked a bit off color, where you don't really tell what we the one do with the ball, whether with the one hits long balls and all of that. We know if we do that against teams like Nigeria. Because
for them away legs in Nigeria, the first 20 minutes go fit decide the
something
game.
go fit happen in that time. Anything go fit happen. So it be left to me alone. Make we go to Benin, then play as if we will they chase the game.
But I don't say that be reckless approach. Because
no, you not be reckless.
You lead 3-0.
We get guarantee of better quality than them. We not say when it comes to the natural ability, the individual players, we get better quality than them. So if it gets to the point where we hear some match winners to show up, we hear some individual quality, we go fit count on those. Right? Barnier end the season in very good form. Where he take that form, enter this. Glasson Awako, similarly. Suraj Seidu, similarly. Mohamed Al-Hassan, the House of Oak boys, they end the season on a strong note with the FA Cup.
The FA Cup
and then carry that form into this. Imoro Ibrahim, another such player. And you see, the good thing we say, this time, Ugofi decides to say, okay, between the two of them, the public or generally, with the belief, say, what be his name? The Hearts of Oak left back. Then Kosa, it be more defensively sound than Imoro. So this big game, Ugofi threw Kosa into this game, right? Just to give you the solidity where you need to protect a lead in that kind of game. So if it be your mindset that you need players where go fit defend and defend well, do that. Me, I don't get problem with that. But if we're not going into this game, for crying out loud, be Benin. If we're not going into this game thinking that,
so make we not go do pack the bus. No.
Because, look,
the ball make
funny things that feel happen in football. You go feel concede some own goal in the opening 15 minutes, some penalty happen, then all of a sudden, yes. And you see, the best way when a players always they play be when they get the ball and when then they look at the opponents, determine how the game is for flow.
Okay.
So we for try fix that opening 20 minutes in Benin. Be more expressive.
So the first 20 minutes there,
yes,
key.
Control the game.
Yeah.
It be important. Even if we know the goal, even if we play 0-0 for there, what be important be say we for control the game, keep the ball better, then starve the opponents of the ball. Because if we get to Nigeria, then go give we pressure.
Okay.
The Nigeria, if we qualify from here and we meet Nigeria, then go test we.
They go give we
down there. Okay. It won't just be about how well you defend. It will also be about how well you play with the ball and how long you can keep the ball. Okay. Because at home, then go get the momentum of the support behind them. The momentum where supporters they give you, it be something that Nigerians, and you see, when it comes to football support, the Benin one go do and pass. Because we get on our own rivalry plus the Nigerians.
Okay. All right.
We get on our own rivalry plus the Nigerians. So it be important say we approach this game.
So if you said that the Benin game it for be dress rehearsal for the Nigerians. Okay. All right. We go see how that game go play. Make we move on to the other issue. So between last week and this week, Kotoko be the main topic. Now we discuss Prosper Ogum, whether he left, resign, quit, Al-Hilal, all kinds of stories. Ayala, if you still there the line to abeg. For those who they hear the story for the first time, what be the issue? Why Prosper Ogum say he won't left Asante Kotoko? Monday we not say some meeting happen. What be the fallout from the meeting? If they resign, if they go Al-Hilal, or if they still go coach Kotoko ahead of next season?
Nathan, before I answer that question, I disagree with Achu on the previous discussion about us varying our tactics and knowing what to do and what to gain from games. Mm-hmm. At least, then if that is our position as of today, then we learned nothing from the Serbian coaches, Djokovic, Milovan. We were able to be a very, very strong team at the last start because we knew the best we can do in games is to be compact as a team. Look, we went to Nigeria doing this current World Cup qualifiers. And we came back from the dressing room into the second half with a 3-back system. To do what? To be able to stay compact. And that is what Otuado and Chris Houghton and the likes did. In playing 2 legs, the key word is pragmatism. You need to get the results that qualifies you at all costs. It's not about beautiful game. It's not about staying true to your tradition. It's not about staying true to your skill set, your orientation as a footballer. It's about getting the necessary results that qualifies you. And I think Arno Walker and the rest of the guys must understand that we need more pragmatism from them than a normal culture of Ghanaians must dominate, we must dribble, we must assert ourselves, we must do what and what.
Okay.
We need a resource. That is very, very important.
Okay.
Now, to the Kotoko issue, you see, if something happened today, you must understand that there are undertones to what is happening today, especially when the news is shocking. Throughout the season, Kotoko, because they were dominating the Ghana Premier League, they eventually won it. This is a set of friends. And sometimes in a successful environment, the fights are not known. Now, that is what has been happening throughout the season. And I will give you few examples to highlight those issues. When Prosper Ogum came, as part of his recruitment, Kotoko needed a winger. Ogum had lived in Brekum and had worked Mankuna as a footballer. So he went in for Mankuna as a choice of a winger. The management
Stephen Amankuna of what? Brekum Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yes, Amankuna of Brekum Chelsea.
Okay.
Who is now a player for Kotoko.
Yes, yeah.
The management had their choice in Asante Gold's set or say. Now they had to give in to the coach because he is going to coach the team. He says, I prefer Amankuna to set or say. Okay. So they gave him Amankuna. Now, throughout the season, there were games Amankuna was benched and he wasn't happy, obviously, because every player wants to play. He ended up being a bastard between him and the coach.
Wow.
Now the coach expected the management to back him, to punish Amankuna, to serve as a deterrent to the other players. Now, the coach then, from grapevine, learned, but you preferred Amankuna to Setosei, so he's your guy. Deal with him. Why can't you deal with him? So the coach then had the sense that, okay, it means that the players I requested from my list of players that I needed, in the minds of the management, against those that I gave in for them to also bring in, it seems they are drawing the lines. These are my players and these are the players of the management. Now, beyond that, I, as a journalist in Kumasi, have heard a lot of stories. Some are very, very funny and trivial, but those are the ones that are contributing to the undertones I mentioned. Now, Nathan, could you believe that Coach Prosper Ogum can visit one of the players' quarters? He knows there are 5 players living in that quarters. Then he goes with 2 takeaway foods. Then the management gets to know that, the coach visited 5 players' quarters, but came with only 2 of the takeaway bowls. So it means the coach came there and came to serve his preferred players.
Leaving the other 3.
Team. Exactly.
Okay.
Now, players like Agadas, Samuel Appiah, for instance, Samuel Appiah had about 2 months left on his contract at Mediama, but he's a former Fire Rangers player. Kotoko went in, paid money to Mediama for him. He comes in, and Samuel Appiah goes on to tell management members and other colleague players that he has heard that Coach Prosper Ogum has sworn never to allow him to get playing time once he is the coach of the club, because he knows he is a player of Nanaya Aponsa, the CEO. So we find a lot of these issues. Even in the eyes of Coach Prosper Ogum, Fabio Gama played 23 games, but he has been told by the management he preferred Richmond Lamptey and other midfielders to him because he believes he's their player, as in the management's player. Yeah. So we've had these undertones. Then came that famous meeting with the board subcommittee on technical issues, meeting the coach and the manager.
So this meeting you're talking about is a meeting that happened last week, Wednesday, I believe.
Wednesday, exactly.
Okay.
What happened at that meeting was, it's a subcommittee. The board has divided themselves into subcommittees to deal with departments of running the club. Now, so there's a subcommittee called the technical committee, headed by one board chairman, who is the board chairman for Exim Bank, Mr. Boatin Jempi, with Madam Evelyn Sasare, Yawedu, and Nana Kobiahini Kobiakusi as members of the subcommittee. Now, initially, when they scheduled the meeting, Coach Prosper Ogum pleaded with them that if they could allow him to play the Galaxy's game, then he can have full time, go into his well-documented evaluation of the season and his way forward in a plan, and go through with them. But they insisted that the meeting was supposed to happen per the general board schedule. So he came to the meeting. Now he then realized from the meeting that the management has submitted just a summary of his full report to the board. And it begged for a lot of questions. For instance, why will a coach who recruited 16 players last season will say, I want to put 10 players on the transfer market and recruit another 14 players? It's something any logical person will ask questions. But the coach was trying to explain that, look, if you've read my comprehensive report, which I have submitted to the management, you will now realize that I'm not saying I need 14 players. I'm saying I need to augment my team. And I've given them my plan A, option B, option C. Even there are some of the players, they are on contingency plans. They are there because I assume this player is going to leave. If the player doesn't leave, why will I come in with another set of players at that same position where I don't need to? But the meeting was in that kind of heat and environment where Coach Prosper Ogum thought, no, I'm being hands changed by this meeting. They are not allowing me to flow. The management know what I'm talking about, but they are misrepresenting it in the eyes of the board at this meeting.
Okay.
Now, another very...
Yes, I was just saying that we'll go for a break quickly, but I just want us to land on one final point before we go for the break. When we come back, we'll talk about the aftermath of the meeting and what the current situation is. So essentially, you're saying that the flow of the meeting left Prosper Ogum literally with no choice than to say, I'm walking away if you are not allowing me to operate. Is that the conclusion we can draw?
Exactly, and that was when Boati Jeffrey asked him, but we brought you 16 players. Why do you want to sack 10 now and bring in 14? I said, look, those 16 players that left last season, many of them were not my recommendation. Okay. Then Nanaya comes in and says, but you told us to get out the political players, and we fished them out before you came out. Say, no, I didn't ask for Jemfi. I didn't ask for these players to go. So that was where it got very, very heated for him to say, look, if this is what is going to continue in the eyes of the board, for us not to understand each other, as in me, the coach, and the management that takes care of the day-to-day running, then I think I must well advise myself. Okay.
Ayala, we'll come back to you after this short break just to find out what the state of play is and then what the outcome of Monday's meeting, because we do know it was meant to try and understand the general situation and plot the way forward. So hold the line for us. We'll be back. Listeners, I beg, the story there, we don't catch anywhere. This will be the juicy part. So just hold on for it. We'll take some quick break. We'll go come back right. This will be Football Made in Ghana on Citi TV.
Okay.
Welcome back. This will be Football Made in Ghana on Citi TV, Charlie. The Kotoko story, there more drama. Make I read some message. Logic from 2H City in the Volta. He say, I love how the boys play the game. Can't wait to see the next game. The return leg be 30th. It'll be this weekend. 30th July for Cotonou. That'll be where the second leg will happen. What I will tell you, say, from my little knowledge of living in that country, the fans, they go try to do something. But like actually, that's it never go catch the pressure where Nigeria will give you if we qualify. So the boys, they go handle that game. They for just relax and play, because the stadium in Benin, the Stade de l'Amitié for Cotonou, it be huge, yes, but I should say it be atmosphere the boys go handle. The boys, they play ball, they go fit do. Actually, I go take your thoughts on this Kotoko matter, but maybe just get some conclusion from Ayala. Then it go put the matters into context. Ayala, if you did the lines up, I beg. So Monday, we know there's some meeting for happening. We've heard stories of Prosper Ogum going to Al Hilal. So first things first, what exactly happened on Monday when the board was supposed to meet and all the necessary parties to try and smoothing out issues? What happened and what is the way forward? Is Prosper Ogum really walking? Is he going to Al Hilal or he's staying with Asante Kotoko? Remember, they are preparing for next season. So all of this is very important to their plans as they try to defend their Ghana Premier League title.
Okay, so what happened is saying the Monday meeting in the first place was not supposed to happen, because during the Wednesday meeting, when they asked Prosper Ogum, okay, when can you give us your comprehensive report? When can we have other meetings with you? He gave them a tentative August. I'll be ready in August. I'll be ready in August. And they saw he was not forthcoming with any date. So they had to end. It was after the meeting where he was spoken to by some few friends and cool down, meet them. Then he called them back and said, okay, on Monday after the Galaxy game, I can make my way to Kumasi and do the presentation to you guys. Okay. That was where the meeting was scheduled. Okay. Now, on Monday, the meeting happened at a sports hotel owned by the board chairman. Now, some members of the subcommittee were not available, but the board chairman made himself available for that meeting alongside Nana Nkobiahene, Mr. Yawadu, and some few members of the subcommittee. Now, the agenda for the Monday meeting have changed.
So from the names you've mentioned, I didn't hear Kotoko CEO. So was Nana Yamponsa, he was not in that meeting, I'm assuming.
Nana Yamponsa was given an invitation for that meeting.
Okay.
He didn't turn up.
Okay.
During the meeting, they called him several times with the board chairman's phone. He never answered the call.
Okay. All right.
Now, what I'm gathering from the management side was, Kotoko are in the process of announcing Mokoela. And that's Nana Yamponsa and Tom Kruger, former management member, were in the process of securing a work permit for the player. So they were so busy they couldn't answer calls. That is what they are saying. Now, after the meeting on that topic, Nana Nkobiahene Yawadu came out and said they felt disrespected. If by any means you will not be able to make it to the meeting, you will inform us and give us the reason so that we put it on the agenda at the meeting and say you have given us an excuse. Now, what the conclusion on that matter is that, okay, we will extend another invitation to the CEO, and this time around we will hope that he will make it. Come tell us his side of the story. Now, Nathan, the moment anybody comes out of a meeting and mention, we will wait for the other person to come and tell us his side of the story, then it means that the first meeting had some allegations against him. Is that not it?
Yes.
So what exactly? So what we are gathering is that Prosper Ogum made the meeting, went there to make a lot of allegations against the management, insults to him during the game against RTU in Tamale and against Karela in Ayinase, issues of selection interference, issues of him not being aware that some players were on trials in Moldova, talking about Apeu, Agadas, and Mudasiru, issues of a lot of things going on that he sees himself as more responsible as a head coach to have known and giving his final verdict on it that are happening that he's not aware. So he leveled a lot of allegations that he thinks is within the purview of his responsibility, but the management are encroaching on it, and that's not allowing him to exert himself on his job 100%. Now, the conclusion again was from the board members. They told the coach he's holding on to his position, and that if even he intends to resign, they are not going to accept it, and he shouldn't even proceed on doing that. He should wait. Let them listen to the management head, which is Nana Yamponsa. Let him answer to all the allegations leveled against him. Let them, as a subcommittee, put together their final reports with recommendations. Then they can know the way forward of Kumasa Asante Kotoko concerning this saga, Nathan.
Okay, so just finally, what about reports of Prosper Ogum to Al Hilal? How are we to take those reports? Are they just mere rumors or?
Of course, as a journalist, we will always try and milk a situation. Now, it makes sense if you link Prosper Ogum to other offers. You remember during the Ghana Football Awards, after the event, he was asked, we know there are offers on his table. He said, yes, there are offers, but he loves to continue with Kotoko because his project and his ambition. So once he is able to give out that there are offers on his table, but his concentration is on Kotoko, then it makes sense to any media man to say, okay, now that he's facing this problem, then probably he will be looking elsewhere to get out of the shape of Asante Kotoko.
All right, Ayala, thank you so much. Hold, just stay on. We have one more topic, but actually, you hear the story, so at least this be Ayala. We all know him. So if they give me the filler be very solid. It be very calm. Your take on this, because this matter, it be quite serious. All of a sudden, they say Prosper Ogum resigned, back and forth, allegations here and there. I mean, I don't know.
I think the management effort, thank Ayala. He's been very charitable and very decorous in describing the
What
you
makes
know
you
say the issues be worse than you talk. But you see, at this point, if I be Kotoko fan, whoever I be where I hear this thing, I don't care that there has been disagreements. I don't care that people have unfortunately insulted each other or overstepped. It happen. You see, in any human settlement, you have people where then they differ in terms of belief, in terms of the normal thinking. And it's all because of difference in cultures.
Yeah.
People, them are orientations, where they grow up,
yeah.
them are education. We were brought up differently. So it is, in fact, if we no get clashes, it will be abnormal. If we no get difference in positions or views, the way we they behave, it go
so for the conflict there, once it be more than one human being, for
conflicts
some place,
will happen.
They go fight. Okay.
Especially in the football space where, and we should understand this, Kotoko by its nature, it be, I don't know how to say this in pidgin, but Kotoko by its nature is a preserve for elite, high-end performers.
Yeah.
Both, irrespective
Management
of whatever
side, players,
irrespective
coaches.
of whatever trade you are engaged in, it is for high-end performers.
So it means say if you dare way Kotoko say, come. If you be player, that means say you dare some level.
Yes.
If you be coach, you dare some level.
Yes. And
if you be management, it means say if
some level.
If you be rice, you dey sell self, then the rice you not sell.
You be top tier. Human psychology will tell you for people with such talents like that, 9 out of 10 chances, a lot of them come with an ego.
Yeah.
And it is not because they see the body pass anything. It be born out of a consciousnness of the value they can give.
They not say the thing they
yes.
don't do. Yeah, so that be hard.
So it be normal if Nana and Ponsa they see him body. It be normal if Prosper they see him body. My former boss, Kwame Dumante, God bless him wherever he is, always they tell me, say, it's not personal, it's business. In the end, it be the job we for do. The problem be if when our differences, they stop we from doing the job. That be the issue. And you see, that be where I'll be disappointed, say, the club no feel resolve this. But at the end of the day, it be Kotoko.
But they resolve it. Maybe they hold one meeting.
Sorry,
they say they go
but
do some meeting for some place.
In this past 2 weeks, the club they show itself as a dysfunctional unit. When they talk about, when they assess the club culture, the structure, management setup, and everything, it not be the we get some home use bars, make we brand them, then take go show tune for. It not be Star Life sponsorship, make we sign them, take nice. That not be the test of the strength of the organization they build. It be the true tests be when issues they arise, the structures where you put in place, how those structures and the individuals where then they top of those structures go feel resolve the issues. That be the true test of the strength of whatever they build. And you see, in the past 1 year, everything where it happened today, the seats were sown a year ago.
Okay.
So when Nana Amponsa go toe to toe with him, executive chairman, when he went on radio to speak against him, then even disclose private conversations where he had. That's the interview for Asempa where he go talk, say, somebody at the club warn him, say, media, if you lose guard, I go use my radio station, take this. He was talking about his boss.
Yes.
The man who gave him
the
that
man
job.
who gave him the job.
When you try a coup like that, it may not have succeeded, but he secured his position. He stayed in the job. Won today. Everybody they talk about, it be 8 against 5. 8 of the board members, they back Nana and Ponsa 5.
5 they back.
When you win a coup like that, it will not stop there. And the thing is that for people like Nana and Ponsa, when they taste blood, they will just keep going for more. So imagine if Igofi wrestle plus in the executive board chair, win that coach, the head coach, you will usurp your authority. So the stories we will hear, they shock anybody. And again, the other thing will also be this. If you take the Kotoko current management, individual by individual, them are experience. The way that they behave now, the way they behaved a year ago, shouldn't surprise anybody.
Okay.
It is the exact depiction of my experience level and
so now Kotoko catch.
So for me, this
is on other meeting day make Nanaya come they here inside.
I will get to that. All of these things they happen. It's just to show you, say, look, they never handled a club the size of Kotoko before. That's why they behave the way they do. We know, say, Kotoko, the conflict it's been woven.
That be the point that they come. Because the conflict always.
It's been woven into the fabric of the club.
Yeah.
But this particular management, None of them handle any top-level football club before.
Okay.
That's so very in job was GFA General Secretary, which is nothing compared to running Kotoko. Nana Amponsa, Far Rangers, the same. Every member on that management
team. If you say it be inexperienced,
so that inexperience be because at the end of the day, people they fight everywhere. I know they see why, because you get issues plus your coach. You go sit before some journalists, then start giving details of a board meeting. Essentially be the person where you kickstart this whole so-called crisis. Because what they happen, as far as I'm concerned, be issue. You go figure differences plus the coach. Okay. If you sit down where you feel, say, we're not going to work together, move on, compensate, find a workable plan. Because look, at the end of the day, the reality be say, it is the decision that they would have to take. Look, we are looking at two scenarios here. After whatever the board meeting, I don't care irrespective of what Nana Amponsa says, the relationship between him and Prosper is beyond repair. The only plausible outcome, and the only outcome that will inure to the interest of the club, is that they will shake hands, find a compensation for Prosper, and then move on. Because if he stay, then go sabotage and make you fail.
Anyway, you
and me, that be my fear. At the end of the day, it will be the club that will suffer for the conflict between.
Okay.
And you see, beyond Nana Amponsa, the bigger problem be the board. Because you cannot tell me that you can allow management member, administrative manager, he's saying whatever he has to say, then the next person, another person is sitting on Asempa, throwing allegations, insulting the coach. Then you know if you call them to order, you for also release your separate statement. When you can simply instruct the management, this be the position of the club. And you see, at the end of the day, all of these issues, it be beyond the individuals.
Anyway,
the biggest loser in this, just to conclude, will be Nana Amponsa. Because at the end of the day, he is someone who projects himself as the answer to the solutions of Ghana football, not cut from the cloak of the existing architecture of administrators. If you know go fi handle these trivial issues,
no, if you handle any bigger,
how do we trust you with a bigger responsibility?
Anyway, that be your conclusion. Make we move on. I was talk say Ghana football, if Kotoko get problem, has to know one day quiet. So they won't jump into the soup song and cause them our own drama. So we go talk them about matter. So we go talk hard to folk them about matter. But make an intro the final guest of the show. And Daniel Kran today, and if it come has matter there, then it excites.
Decay.
And they inside. They go.
Decay go hide.
Then they go.
Yeah, they go do some sermon before some side. I hear say people they can't talk has matter.
So the preaching no go happen again.
Oh, I go give them.
Charlie.
I tell my assistant pastor to make it start.
Okay.
The congregation they word you.
Okay. We be there. We there because of issue with the handle. Where Hearts of Oak say no. They won't talk some. They said they released some players. They put out some tweets this week or be yesterday or something. Say Charlie, they release some players and Sabotre, Kofi Koji. They say the other players that my contract and not going to renew. Patrick Razak and a host of others, Larry Sumaila, William Denchi and things. They say Charlie, they're not going. Make we see that tweet. Hearts of Oak put out some tweets yesterday on Frederick and Sabotre. So that be the players. They say transfer notice, players offloaded. Click on the link below. So we go click on the link below. No, the statement where can make you see that statement. They say House of Oak has officially notified Kofi Koji, aka the Aveime Drogba, and Frederick Ansabotre that they are surplus to requirements. Both parties are in the process to mutually terminate their contracts. Meanwhile, the club has informed Patrick Razak, Willie Denchi, Larry Sumaila Ibrahim, and Manaf Umar that their contracts will not be renewed. We, i.e. Hearts of Oak, wish to thank them for their services. So guys, they say how many players? Like 7 players. 1, 2, 3, 6. So 6. They kick 6. They come out 6 players for the team.
Me, I don't get problem with the players and they come out.
Teams that they come out players.
Teams that they come out. It be the communication with the ball me. Oh yes. See, we for have
Premier League teams they release some.
Then they release some, but there's a way you go about it. Watch the wording of the tweet. Transfer notice, players offloaded. What do you mean by that? What be players offloaded? These players you they talk about last season, they played a part in winning the league title for you. significant part in winning the league title for you. Then you do players offloaded. Then you go to the main statement, you go clicker. They say you surplus to requirements. You know they write things like that. It be very ill taste, honestly. If you read a thing, it check like it be some personal thing they get plus a players where they sack them. It be some way. This thing, we for have some serious conversation on one our clubs, then them are media, then PR things. So. Because it be bad, honestly. Because if you put down for your social media like this be the official club position. This is
so like transfer
notice. Players offloaded. You see this thing for anywhere before?
No.
A shock. What be players offloaded? We see Premier League, Man U, end of last season. They released like 6 players.
Yeah, they will.
See the way they
Man
do
United, they go fight.
See the way they
see
do
Ghanaian clubs thank players all the time. Players with they move them on.
There's a way you go about it.
So if it's a has no try, they no
I
try.
feel that say the tweet safe, no, okay, maybe somebody mistake. Maybe type this thing. So you click the link, then you see the first sentence for the thing inside. We have informed you and you that you are surplus to requirements. The person when he writes this thing, no. It be so he dey do his job. You too, if the chief enter like when you read this thing, where he tell you say he be surplus to requirements, where they sack you, why you go write this thing?
Be board member, they don't go physical.
So why you be board member when he write this thing? This thing be all very ill taste. Charlie,
so if you say that they for write down better.
No, there's a way you go about these things. Because you see, for players, if I did the club inside safe where I get contracts right now, I will look at the way they treat my colleagues, the way they make them look in the eyes of the public. Where I will thought say no, this institution is not worth dying for. It is not worth it because if I do everything well, at the end of the day, if I go, this be how they go send me off. And it almost happens every time Heart is letting a player go. There's always some story around the player's exit. Say the player, we offer you contract, he didn't want to sign, so we've let you go. Some bizarre things. Why? I don't really understand this.
Anyway, we could go, Kumas. Ayala, I beg you still there the line top.
Yeah, they.
Ayala, your thoughts on Hearts of Oak's latest piece of public info? Players offloaded, strange tweets, they've listed players, their surplus to requirements. Then I can't say the way they communicate that it's nice because these players they try for the club. Like they for right time in a far better way. I don't know what be your mind on this Hearts of Oak announcement of getting rid of 6 or so players from their current team.
There are always stories behind the stories. Now, you see, I dey understand why Danilo they understand. Because he foreknows something before he tried to make sense of what they happened. And this morning I was shocked to learn what I am about to say. Now, interestingly, Nathan, there was a very, very fine meeting between House of Oak as a club and some of the players listed on their website, i.e. Kofi Koji and Sabote. Now, the meeting was clear. We mutually have to terminate the contract. We think where we got into, especially with Sabote, his contract is running out. They've placed offers to him. He says it's not enough in terms of the demands and his value.
Okay.
So they are not making any headway. So automatically the guy will go. When his contract will run out, he will not sign contract. He will leave. So you meet the players. You have a mutually cordial, respectful discussion. And the conclusion is that we will terminate the contract. Now, before you get out of the meeting, you ask the parties all to be tight-lipped until the club releases a statement to what has ensued at the meeting.
Okay.
You get out of the meeting and you go hear snipers of the meeting outside. Then the House of Folk side of the party suspects it was Kofi Koji who leaked the information to his media friends. Then Mr. Odote got angry and said, look, the test that we are putting together to write a story on the website, do our termination and put surplus to requirement there.
Hey!
I'm telling you, and this is what I gather as a journalist, that word that Danny and other journalists see as unprofessional is just out of someone's emotion, and that is Odoto just because they suspect after the meeting the players couldn't hold on to the confidentiality of the meeting, and they've already leaked it to their media friends. So let's go then, let's show them the power. They are supposed to requirement. So if you carefully read the context where the surplus of it, you see, they write surplus to requirement, then they add that they are in the process of terminating the contract. That was what was in the text. The surplus to requirement is just out of emotion. Let's insert it there. Now, you see, my biggest problem is, why does House of Folk as a club, Nathan, is trying to pave this history that players can use their platform?
Could you just wrap it up quickly for us?
Yes, add value to themselves, and they go for free. Why?
Interesting.
Why? And always, it has always been when there's a tango between your contract has ended, extend it, I will not extend, the demands are low. That banter comes in and the player will leave.
The player leaves.
To what end?
All right, Ayala, thank you so much for joining us. It's been fun having you. I'm sure we'll talk again at another time. But it's quite clear, Achu and DK, as we wrap up. So clearly, from what Ayala they talk, from what Danny they talk, you give some background info. Clearly, problems generally, if it come management and it be like some issue of communication, really big problem for this town inside.
Football administrators in Ghana, 99.98% of them be Zuku administrators.
Charlie,
from the management to
you
the
will
board
get
level.
problem.
But in the past 30 days, we've seen it's at the two elite clubs. the two clubs who embody Ghana football, Asante and Kotoko.
Because you can't do.
You see,
is that because they bought it?
The Hearts of Oak, it be because it is a three-man show.
Show.
You have the board chairman, and then you have Suwa Odote, and then Alhaji Akambi. So everything. That is why, as he said, a board member can feel the communications head needs to show me it does not lie within your remit. No. If it is the board itself that wants to see the statement, I have no problem with that. Because they have an interest in with it. Because there are hierarchies, right? So it's not as if you want to impose your will on the comms head, but you have an interest and you want to know how that matter is done. It's okay. In the end, it is the person who is responsible for communication who makes the decision.
But not a board member.
Not a board member. Because
out of his feelings.
Because
look,
are they in feelings?
No. If Hearts of Oak was run with a proper management in place, with a proper management culture, what would have happened is that from the day Ansabotre disrespected Sam Obuedu and they made their decision that they would move him on, it wouldn't come to this point where
so that be at the heart of it. So matter between
for Ansabotre
and Buedu.
And he was unwilling. That disagreement and the disrespect of the coach came about as a result of his unwillingness to extend his contract. So those issues are there. But when you make that decision, let the people in charge of that be the men who make that call. Right? Because, look, at the end of the day, there will always be players who will come in. And you see, this issue that Ayala mentioned, of players coming in and then leaving one day, it is only because there is no system to evaluate players and see whether or not they are going to give you value.
This matter there, before discuss them on another day, because the drama around Ghana football there, but that be why we like Ghana football. That be why football made in Ghana. They will give you all the inside stories, background, proper analysis, and depth to whatever issue it be. Thank you very much, DK. Thank you so much. Even though the preaching still not happening, but
what they going to do?
Thank you. Ayala joined me from Kumasi. Also been part with Insure. Thank you so much for your time. And if you watch me, thank you for watching. Next Wednesday we go come back. Maybe we'll go discuss more of this drama. Maybe some other story go pop up. You never know. But whatever be the case, next Wednesday football made in Ghana still go day live on this network. My name is Nathan Kwan. We will catch you next Wednesday. Take care. Have a safe one and bye bye.